Come on in. Join me under the umbrella of success again. So we're excited. We just got back from a trip down to Douglas Lake, Tennessee. Took a 2018 Nexus 34 and had the 6.7 Cummings, and just a great experience. Got to stay right on the lake. Had an awesome church function, and listen, motorhoming is the way to go. You just can't argue against it. So we're excited, ready to do some demoing. Show you this 2026 Chateau 29K that just come in, and this one's really a hybrid. I call it a hybrid. No, it doesn't. It's not gas and electric, but it's a hybrid in the sense that you could actually camp and have a weekend warrior type experience with this, or you can actually live in this one. This one is big enough to live in, so it has a lot of amenities. So welcome in Motorcade, RCD RV, here under the umbrella of success. 50 years plus, family owned, third generation. So look at our reviews. We do a great job. So we want to get started on this. And one of the things as you look at a Class C, once again, serviceability. Serviceability is huge on this. So you can pull in, this is a Ford experience. There are Ford dealerships all around. So if something did happen out on the road, you actually can pull this in. This isn't something totally foreign where you have an engine dog box in a Class A and they got to pull off the box. There's a lot of dealerships that don't want to deal with that. So this is one of the nice things with a Class C. If you get in trouble, need something done, you can pull into a dealership and get the work done that you need to. Now this has the blackout option. It just gives it a little different look. I like it. You're starting to see a lot of that black and white on the outside. Gives it a nice sleek look. Now, molded front cap. Now this isn't one piece, but it's molded on the front, designed to fit and sealed. You still have to keep up on these seals, but you definitely don't want just a flat piece of fiberglass bent around. You're getting subject to a lot more leaks that way. So this is nice and molded, so you can keep up with that. Of course, the motorcade, you have to have your tape measure. You have to have your tape measure. So this one, the step up, it actually has a step side. So when you step in, it's 14 inches. So, you know, it's a pretty good step up, but you have a nice handle here so you can get in, get down. As far as getting out, there's not a whole lot to put your foot on. So if you go sideways is the way to do it, and just take your time and step down. So accessible to a lot of people. Now, I don't know if the shine, if you can see the shine in there, dyed gel coat. So the paint is in the fiberglass. So you're going to see options out there with full body paint, dyed gel coat. Listen, this is great. It's a lot cheaper option as far as on the price. And as long as you keep this waxed, it will retain the shine. If it loses the shine, you can take a compound to it and you can bring it back out. It is not easy, but you can do it. So something to consider. If you see a Chateau out there, another unit out there that has a vast price difference, make sure that you're comparing apples to apples. So if it's full body versus, especially on this type of unit, full body versus a dyed gel coat, it's going to make a big difference in the price. Now, so we have our storage down here. This is one piece rotocast. So they take little small plastic beads, they throw it in a mold. There's no seams, so it's a lot less likely to crack. You don't have carpet in there like an ozite carpet where if you get gas, oil, you're putting hoses in there and it's staining, you can just wipe this out. So, and a lot of them, they have drain plugs. So this one, you basically have 9 inches by 47 and right around 19 inches deep. So a nice little storage compartment. Of course, I always have to show you the doors because the doors make a big difference. And this is a 22-inch door. So enough room. Now they're doing away. It's a good thing and a bad thing. So this initial step, there's really just not enough room to put an electric step under here to step up. Those electric steps probably require more maintenance than anything on this motorhome because they're up under, they're taking all the water, it's metal, and so you constantly got to keep them lubricated. So you don't have to deal with that, but that being said, it's a pretty good little step up. So you just have to be cognizant of that. Once again, it's 14 inches, so you step up. I have to harp on it, knee replacement, hip replacement. I get a lot of customers coming in here and they struggle to step in these things. So taking a little stool with you will make a big difference. Now, once again, attach points, EGS steel. Hopefully that shows up. So where your cabinetry, all your main attach points, they put EGS steel. They're not just screwing into fiberglass and wood. Nice little compartment here. So this one, we'll call it 21 inches. We'll call it 9 and 16 inches deep. So nice little compartment for the knickknacks. There's always knickknacks. You have a 32-inch TV. Once again, this is this hybrid. So this is an 18-foot awning, good awning space, TVs under it. So you can actually take this out as a weekend warrior, or you can actually live in this one. This is just big enough to do that as we get into the interior. Now you have your quick connect gas. So you want to throw a grill out here. Of course, who doesn't want to grill outside? If you're camping, you just want to grill outside. So nice little storage compartment here. And actually, if the camera can get that, there is some pass-through. You're talking about not even quite 4 inches, but nevertheless, you do have some pass-through to come through. And it's always nice, fishing poles, different things where you need that added length. So this one is, we'll call it 26 by 14 by 18. So some nice compartments on this. So that's one of the differences in a Class C versus a Class A, is you're going to lose some of that outside storage. But there's trade-offs. Obviously, serviceability. This one total length is 31 feet. So, you know, as far as national parks, getting into places, you can do that. This is on that cusp. So this one actually has a ladder. This is where the old stinky slinky goes. You can just pop those off, put your sewer hose in there, the traditional bumper in the back. Hot water, tankless. So once again, used that system before. Other than circulating, getting to you, wasting just a little bit of water. But the trade-off is worth it, having that unlimited hot water. We actually had a 6-gallon. You know, the 6 gallon's fine. So just got back from Douglas Lake, Tennessee, and 6 gallons. I took a shower. You turn it off, soap up, rinse off, and then I just enjoyed a hot shower. And it started getting cold there, but I get a good 5 minutes at least of just standing there, hot water. So the 6 gallons work fine. But this one has a 8,000-pound hitch, so it's beefed up a little bit. The actual ladder, not the on-the-go ladder. Has the actual ladder, which is nice just to be there. You don't have to worry about setting it up or carrying it. Dump is at the back. You have black tank flush. So, of course, to keep those black tanks flushed out. And here's your main storage compartment. So here's your chairs. Once again, that pass-through goes all the way through. And this is a good size one here, so we're going to call it 43, 27, and I'm just going to give you the maximum depth. Looks like it's about 27. So give you an idea of what you can get in there. That's where you're going to keep camp chairs, your mats, the big components you got to take with you. All right, outside shower. These work really well. Has your hot and cold. Get back to you don't want to go inside and pull in sand and dirt. So this is a great place to wash all that adventure off of you when you get back from out having fun. So outside shower, the offside cable. This is a 30 amp. Now this one actually has, of course, it's going to have your generator. This one actually has 2 ACs. So 30 amp, you can run 2 ACs. I just did it. You have to be very careful on what you're running along with it. So I believe when you're running 2 ACs, you're running about 25. You're using about 25. So you can do 2 ACs. Once again, you just have to be careful what else you're running. You don't want to be running a hair dryer. You're going to start maxing that circuit out. But you can get away. This has 2 ACs. And if you're in a location, we were just down there in Tennessee, and it was running 83, 85 degrees. It's great having 2 ACs. I mean, it helps keep the coach nice and cool. So a big plus there on this floor plan. Suburban, 4 screws, versus just having the 2 holes cut in the fiberglass. If they need to service it, they can easily get to it. More storage. This one's wider, so that's 47, just like the other one, by about 10 inches tall, by about 19 inches deep. So good storage. 40 gallons of propane. So basically took the trip. I didn't fill up on the propane. I only had a third of tank. And the whole time we were there, I was using hot water, and it just didn't move. You just don't use a whole lot of propane unless you're just burning that furnace. It's really cold, and the furnace is just continually running. Plus your hot water heater, then you can get a lot of use that way. But I had no problems with that. Of course, you do have the fuel. This is 55 gallons of gas. And motorcade, you better get out on the road because, come on, Israel just attacked Iran, so I think the price just jumped. But we were just up there, and gas was $2.39 down in, I believe it was Tennessee or Kentucky. I was getting diesel. I saw it for $2.95. I was roughly getting it for $3.15. That is fantastic for this time of year, middle of summer. Listen, if you're not out on the road, you're making a huge mistake because fuel is dirt cheap right now. Onboard generator. I like it. It's an awning too. So listen, ever since I've been with the company, closing in on 13 years, it's been the awning show. Those things are just tried and true. I know there's some other brands out there, and that's fine, but those awnings work really well. You have your camera, tri-view. So when you're blinkering, you can actually see in your blind spots, both sides. So you can see behind you and beside you, and that's big. Once again, you have the step up. And then let's go inside, because once again, if you can't put the slides out, we stopped multiple times. We stopped at a pilot, and my wife turned on the generator, got the food ready in the microwave, and so we didn't put the slides out. So what do these things look like with the slides in? Well, let's check it out. Let's check it out. This has 6 belts. That's big. So I have 4 children, so 6 is the perfect number for me. But as you can see, there is good room as far as in the travel area. So if you need to turn on the generator, stop, get a bite to eat. I mean, this is a great room. You're talking right around 21 inches wide. Of course, storage if you need here. Now, when you go back, it is a little tighter. So refrigerator, accessible. Great setup. This gets a little tighter. So 13 inches, 16. So this is, you know, you're going to have to turn sideways to get in to use your bathroom. You have to take that into account. This is a fold-up mattress, so just kind of got to push it back. No big deal, but you can get to the bathroom. But it is a little tighter. You have a little more room here as far as holding that back. So great setup outside, inside. We're going to get the slides out. Check this thing out on the inside. Welcome back to the Hilton. Come on in. I mean, this is what you get on the road. So you can be at any location in the United States, from the slums to the Rocky Mountains. It doesn't matter where you're at. This is your room. You get the Hilton no matter where you're at. So you can't beat it. But all right, let's start in the back. Let's start in the back. King bed. Who doesn't like a king bed? Class C, once again, hybrid. You can live in this. You can live in this. TV if you want it. They already got it boxed out. Connections all set up, ready to go. Great room. You have a little of what I call the robot walk. Sometimes you just have to deal with it. It's the robot walk, but it's not horrible. Great storage wardrobe. You have your ladder for the bunk already incorporated in the back. Great storage. Tons of storage in the back. Bathroom. Good room. Have room. Got a corner cabinet, gives you square, not radius. I'm always a fan of the one I took. Tennessee was a radius. Just not a big fan of those at all, but it worked. And having a square shower gives you room to move around. So I like the square shower. Porcelain. Everybody loves that trick when they come in. Everybody loves that trick. More storage. Shoes. Now this is the kicker, because this actually has the hookups for washer dryer. So you actually can have this has room for a stackable washer and dryer in here. So once again, hybrid. You can live in this one. You can be a weekend warrior, or you can actually live in it. Pantry. Good sized pantry. All those essentials. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Fruity Pebbles. Stuff's great for you. Good place to store it. Nice door so you can actually have privacy. Versus just a curtain. There's all kinds of brands that try to get away with that stuff. They'll just put a curtain on there and it's privacy, but it's not a whole lot. 10 cubic. Love these new electric fridges. A lot more room for the things that you need. 3 burner. You actually can put it down for more storage. Oven. Everybody's like, I can't get a turkey in there. You still have turkey in a motorhome. I guess it's possible, but I doubt it. But anyway, so oven, if you need it. Storage for pans. Hey, there's your trash can, right? Gotta have your trash can. Not a very big trash can, but it's there. Nice deep drawers. Soft close. Warm sink. Now, as you can see, you have the MCD shades. Love the shades. Like those a lot better. You actually have a tether, so if you're carrying a car seat, you actually can tether in. So I put the bed down so you can actually see it in action. Good storage under there. A lot of them you have to pull the cushions up. I can't stand that. I mean, yeah, it technically gives you more storage, but the hassle of it is just not worth it. It's nice to have the pull-out drawer, get the storage. So this one, I mean, an adult can get in here, but it's not going to be the easiest. So you're looking at about 66 inches. 66 inches by 42. So, and of course the kicker, I always try to keep that open, but if you need it, you need it. But the kicker is always in this area. So this up here, you're 52 inches wide, and you're roughly 8 feet wide. So plenty of sleeping. You're actually, like I said, incorporating the nets so you don't roll off. I left this open. There's actually a ton. You can see the belts. Number one, so remember 6 belts. A ton of storage under there, so you actually can cock that up. And then, quick for kids, I love these beds. This is one of my favorite. Just bam, put a sleeping bag on there. They're ready to sleep. 40 inches wide by 59 inches long. So once again, adults, you can get there. It's not going to be the easiest. Now, one of the things I always look for when you're out on the road, visibility. When you're traveling, everybody wants to look. There can only be 2 people in the front, usually me and my wife. So the kids, when they're out on the road, they're playing cards, looking at their games, good visibility. So I love having this big window, and you have 2 windows over here. So when you're out on the road, you actually can see. That's the whole purpose of being on the road, is the adventure and the sights. Great placement, no weird angles. A lot of times you put the TV up in the corner. This one's actually straight across from you, so great viewing. You're a little limited on how many people you can get in this couch, but you actually can watch from the booth as well. Now, let's get up here because we're going to finish off on the automatic gym start. This is all going digital now, and so this used to be a big diesel feature. And it's just so cool that they're bringing this in on the Class C. So you can actually see the battery levels, or you can set it with your temperature. So right now it's set at 80. So if old Milo the dog is in here and you're out hiking and your thermostat exceeds 81 degrees, this system commands the generator to come on, and then your ACs come on. Conversely, you can actually set your voltage. So once it drops below, we're at 11.5 right now. Once it drops below that, it'll tell the generator to come on, bring the batteries up, and cut off. So this is a super nice system. And then they're kind of going, so I got to get used to this. Here's your RV controls. So now they're putting the slide controls in here. So it took us a while to find this. I was looking for the slides. So they're actually integrating them up here, which you pull into a spot, you actually can control it. As soon as you pull in, that's nice. Emergency start, you got your tank heaters, tank levels, so you can see all this from the front. So, you know, you're in transit, you forgot to check the tanks, you can actually get on here, look, and see where you're at. So, absolutely love this feature. Now, one thing about the Fords, you have, it's a little tighter with the leg room, but you still have good room. But you can see, you have the slide. The slide's out right now. The slide's going to come in. You can only go so far back. So just something to consider. So if you're bigger, if you're above 6'2", it's going to be tight for you. There's just no way around that. But that Nexus we just used, it was a great experience. 360 horse, the torque, all that was great. There was nowhere to put a cup. I was kind of disappointed in that. I mean, I know that's a small thing. There was just nowhere to put anything in that rig. So it's nice to have cup holders, pockets where you can charge your phones, put stuff. You're on the road. You need these little, every little pocket is essential when you're on the road because you're constantly using it. Now, one of the things, let's see, I have it off. I did not show you on the outside. I'll try to put one of them down here. Is these actually have stabilizers. So they are not levelers, but they're stabilizers, and that's important. You get 6 people basically in a camper, but it moves. It's going to move. Okay? And I actually will bring it up just a smidge. This is not auto leveling. So I put it down. So you can see if you get the system, if you get the coach pretty much level, then at least stabilize it. So when you're walking around in there, you're not feeling everything from one side of the coach to the other. So nice stabilizers. These are on the front and they're on the back. So once again, thanks for joining us. This is for the everyday trucker. This is a great rig for the everyday trucker. Basically from Florida, in Florida in winter, doing this. You can go out on the weekend. So this is a very versatile coach. So come check us out at RCD RV. Once again, motor bike, important for vacation trucker. Come see us. Thanks.